That's how I knew that I made it. I woke up looking at good. I'm in my
asking her too right now is, why did Shannon lie on the police report, or not the police report, the CPS reports? Why did Shannon lie and say that none of the kids was being touched? Oh, she probably gonna say that got something to do with the case. She can't answer that, right? But a Facebook post? No, let's talk about these CPS reports that y'all denied, or that your sister denied, and I'm sure she talked to you about. That's what they should have been asking. Mm-hmm.
The post that's still being shared and everything that's still being out there. We still talking about her. Her name did not go in vain. You know, just because the public eye or the world don't hear it or see it, you know, her name is still being talked about.
So why do you think it was like, how do you think, even though Shannon's the twin, y'all the same age, and how do you think you got caught up in it so much?
Because I look like her and people mistake me for her all the time. So then, of course, me and my twin, we together. Sometimes, majority of the time, you know, if I'm not at work, she ain't at, you know, at home, she at my house, or whatever the case may be. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And do you kind of see where everybody could feel like maybe if Shannon did know that you knew, like it wasn't no, we're gonna just attack you, but people probably looked at it like some people did probably see y'all together most of the time, or know y'all being together. But did you ever feel like that could be where people kind of feel like if Shannon know when she's this attached to Jarvis that you knew she told you?
No, but then again, they gotta, if they gonna say that, then they're about to say that about the whole media family then.
Welcome to the Ultimate Grow a Garden Noob to Pro Guide. Whether you're just starting
Yeah. And I hate that your daughter is being put in the limelight. I do hate that for all the kids and stuff like that. Are you seeking therapy? And then what would you say for mothers that's for the kids, for the next family that's dealing with the same issues?
Yes, I am. I am in therapy for it. For not just for it, but just for this whole situation period, and for other reasons too as well. But to my advice to parents, be more aware of your children. Um, Even if you know your kids, even if you think your kids may not be doing anything or whatever the case may be, still check up on your kids. You know, be that extra snoop that you know that you have to do to make sure you know these babies stay safe. Period.
Mhm. And how do you feel about some of the things that your nephew has said in previous interviews and things like that? Because you said y'all went places, did things all the time, versus Vari kind of saying like that's why he ran away, because it was
No,
never.
Vari wanted to do what a normal kid who has friends that had more leniency than him. You know, parents who cared but didn't really care what they kids really did. Because his friends would be out 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, and he had to be in the house 9 o'clock, 9:30. So that structure, he didn't want that no more. So he wanted the leniency. So he wanted to do what the hell he wanted to do. And you know, so when you got a strong, stern parent, and you already know that your parent ain't gonna take no shit. So at the end of the day, it's either you gonna do by my rules or you gonna do what you gonna do. And he chose to leave. He chose to leave on his own. He didn't
And
want to
how
come back.
go ahead.
Barry did not want to come back. My mom allowed him to come back on numerous occasions. He wanted to do what he wanted to do. See, he didn't want to clean up. He didn't want to go to school. You know, he was getting caught smoking before school, coming to school high, all type of stuff. You know, my mom got him into a mentor program, all type of stuff. He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He just wanted to do what he wanted to do. He wanted to live that street life. That's my nephew. I love him, but he has to get his things together.
And I only got 2 more questions, Marquetta. So when 7 Mile Radio comes along, right? Because this is how I really capture some of your family members, your sister, Devin, so many other people. And boom, the 11th episode is your cousin Sierra. How does that make you feel after hearing what she had to say?
A lot of that, all of what she said that I can sure say was a most definitely tremendous lie. You know, to the point where down till she said that her facts and emotions came off of drinking and doing drugs. Your parents were alcoholics. I love my aunt and my uncle, but I seen the abusiveness in the household when I used to go over there and spend the night. I seen it. And I seen it. It's you couldn't tell, like, not one, maybe one kid out of their kids was gonna maybe be an alcoholic or a drug addict, because I heard the stories. Her parents, my uncle and aunt used to do drugs. They used to. So I'm like, come on now. And then it was like they really never came around, like after we got a certain age. My mom and her mom, they had a love-hate relationship to where they was always arguing and getting into each other, to where they would go months without speaking to one another, to where we'll only be able to communicate with one another on the phone. I love my cousin, but after what she said, I can't fuck with her. I can't fuck with the lies, none of that. She can keep that shit to herself, period.
So, Marquetta, have you seen the other cousins' community walls and stuff on Facebook that's saying, my mother said that's why we weren't allowed to come over to the house because they was always weird and, touching kids inappropriately. Like, it's several posts like that throughout. If you go through some of the community wall posts, are you made aware or you haven't seen those?
No, I haven't seen those. It's just like, it's just like all the stuff, all the stories that what's coming out now, if what I'm hearing, what people is saying, is what stories I heard of what the older family members was doing to family members in the family. So it's like, what's tea? Like, what's tea? Like, I'm not really getting.
I'm gonna need her to go tell us what's tea. Sound like she's trying to hit on a little something. Are we getting somewhere now, y'all? Or what? We getting somewhere? Let me press play.
Getting it. People want to say people hiding pedophiles, and I didn't know that we had pedophiles in the extended family. Clock and T.
Okay.
So that's that.
Okay.
I can't talk about nobody else's trauma or whatever the case may be, but those are the stories that I heard of in the family. In the extended family, I shall say.
And the extended family would be Roxy and King and them. Correct.
Yeah, the rest of the family out there. Yeah, the extended family.
The extended family. Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
So how do you feel about them? Like, even when the case begun, they were saying that they knew Naziah would be next because it was another child that came up missing, and some other things happened. So that went in. How do you feel about Mark D with the 40 years of CPS saying that all of your siblings ran away? Like it was always a case of.
First of all, I don't know about no 40 years of CPS. I can't if it was CPS before I was born, I can't speak on something that I don't know. Period at all. But when I was born and time that I grew up in a household, there was no CPS cases at all. My mother had all her children, and she had other people's children too as well that she was taking care of. Extended family members too as well.
Because the evangelist had made a comment and said that your mother had asked him to do some inappropriate things before, and I was like, wow. So that's why I always just feel like y'all have a right to defend your names in certain allegations and things like that. You know, I am fair with you.
Evangelist Kenneth is a openly gay man. Openly. My mother, like, strictly dickly. Don't get me wrong, my mother would never, never. And then for the type of person that my mother has took him up under her wing with his mother before she passed, asked my mother to take him up under her wing. Like, hell no. That nigga is sick in the motherfucking head to think that my mama would even ask him out of all peoples to do any dumbass shit. I say that in the most respectfully way.
She show a lot of emotion for a lot of shit they don't have. Everything that's the direct questions about Naziah, she is emotionless. Emotionless. Everything else that ain't got nothing to do with Naziah, you see what they talk, she talk about her mama, all that emotion comes out. But she will never, her voice get loud and everything. I can't. They don't give a fuck about Naziah. I hate that.
So Marquetta, where does the, we don't know y'all, we really don't. And we just on the outside looking in. Where does the allegations that your mother's husband with Lady, like this has been going on for decades, and this is coming from the extended family, like, you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, if things happened way before I was born, I can't speak on anything before then.
Okay.
When I was born, everything was a normal household. I'm gonna keep it at that. And that's always been like that. We had a normal household. I never heard of my sister being molested or anything like that, or 40-year CPS case or anything. So I can't speak on something I don't know.
Okay. And my last question for you is, if down the road we got a trial coming up, either the end of the year or beginning of next year, between 2025 and 2026, if your sister is implicated in this, where's your relationship go from there?
I'm gonna say this. I know for a fact my sister is not implicated with this at all. Yes, it may seem like that she is because she got 5 kids by the nigga. No, she wasn't the main bitch. She was the side bitch. Not, she was the side bitch of the side bitches. I'ma just put it like that, but it's just like if she hypothetically, if she has something to do with it, I'll be heartbreaking for sure. It'd be to the point where like our relationship will stop because you took something for us, that we can't never get back. That's the most prized possession that we was trying to a flower to watch bloom. Is she was blooming, she wasn't all the way there yet. She had a lot of life in her, a lot.
Yeah. Well, this has been a lot for a lot of us too. Like I said, we on the outside looking in, and we go by actions and stuff like that. And why was it a lot of diversions? With Jarvis being in jail at the time, it seemed like it was just a lot of confusion. Where does all the confusion come from? Was it the family? Because at this time, nobody knows nothing but the family, not us, nobody.
I don't know anything at all. I'm going off of what I hear off the news or what's being reported. So,
Yeah.
what diversion?
Like like how they saying she had on blue shoes. She had on
I don't
red shoes.
I don't know. So I don't know what she had on before she left the school. I didn't stay there, so I don't know. So that's still part of the case. So I can't talk about it. But like I said, I didn't stay there. I don't know what she had on before. I can't verify. I wasn't there.
All right. Well, salute to you, Shankrock. Marquetta, thanks for pulling up. Dre, salute to you always. Thank you
You too.
for helping me get Marquetta to come and talk and put a piece out there. Salute to the Rock Squad and the Riders. I'm going to make you chat. All right.
Appreciate you, Miss Parker. Let me just see. Oh, they dropped down. I just had one last question and then I'll let you all speak. It's a tough question, but I'm gonna ask it and you can decline it. Marquetta, do you feel like Naziah is no longer with us?
With all the evidence pointing, yeah. But do I believe in my heart? I'm hopeful that she's still alive. Hopeful, I can say that. But with all evidence pointing, she may not be. My baby may not be here.
It almost made me cry.
I asked this question in the beginning, and I'll ask it as my last question. What are some things that social media has twisted about you, Marquetta, that you would like to clear up? You can ramble all. I just want you to take this time to clear any lies, any false narratives, any false information that you may have heard that you would like to clear up. Is it anything that you would like to clear up?
Yes, again, when I put on my Facebook page that she has been spotted in the Warner Mac area, people in the area was saying that they seen her with the pink rugrat jacket on. So we was going off of what was being said, and we had people calling us saying that they seen her. So I felt like it was my only right just to put it out, since the whole world already know that, okay, my niece is missing. So if everybody's asking for update, this is the update that we got, so I'm putting it out there, that she was spotted. So I'm not saying that, oh, she was spotted. This is what is being said to the family. But with the threesome shit, that was,
You have to bring it.
oh, that was, but it's floating around. It's already out there. No, we never had a threesome with my sister and Dre. No, never did, never will. We never had any threesomes with any of our niggas. We don't do that flip-flopping shit. We letting that shit be clear. That shit is nasty. I mean, what else?
Mm-hmm.
Why would he say that he did? Oh my goodness. You say I'm confused, your baby, right? Why would he tell the world that he slept with both of them just for her to get on here and say he did it? She shouldn't even address that shit. What's up, Chocolate? Hey, beautiful. She says she only said Naziah name at least one time since the interview. She refers to her as niece or baby, that nasty lady, or that girl. Something like that, she said.
Let me
Right.
bring it to Dre, and as you think of some things, Marquis, because I want y'all to take this time to get everything off your chest, and you know anything that was falsely put out there about y'all. I want y'all to take this time to clear it up. Dre, from all your interviews up until Miss Parker's interviews, is it anything that you may have seen people in the chat may have got it twisted or may have took it the wrong way? Anything that you need to clear up, Dre?
It'll take me a minute to think of some of the stuff, but to tell you the truth, how I'm feeling is, if you felt like I said something, you obviously saw what you thought I said. So just go back and do the replay
No, that's what you
and make
said.
sure you got it correct. And just pay attention to detail and key words, because sometimes y'all hear stuff and y'all go with the wind. And I'm just tired of repeating myself. I'm telling the honest truth on how I remember things. You know, this is one reason.
Honestly, I don't think we need any more of his interviews. I don't think the public needs any more of Dre's interviews. He hasn't been a part of this family that long. It's only been about, what, 3-4 years or so. He don't know much. The shit that he did say over the past few months, he's now reneging on some of those things. And according to him making a statement about sleeping with the twins, Marquetta just said that it didn't happen, and he didn't interrupt her and say yes it did either. So it's kind of like, why come out and speak if what you're saying is not credible at this point? Again, he don't know much, so therefore what you got to say don't even really matter, do it? Marquetta said a bunch of nothing. I'm listening to it for y'all, but it's not
The reason why I'm
helpful.
glad Marquetta is in the picture, because I'm bad with dates. All I know is I remember something about something, but I can't tell you exactly when. Women are kind of naturally good with those type of things. They prepare for an anniversary. Some niggas ain't. They good with these numbers. They can remember some birthdays in the family. I bet a lot of y'all as males can't.
And how was they acting? I'm pretty sure they was acting how a normal person would act if their family member is missing.
But other than clearing things up, I'm tired of clearing things up. I'm ready to just sit back and let's go to the next step.
And honestly, like I said, we didn't really need him to clear up anything. Because do you guys feel like Drake cleared up a lot of things? I don't feel like he cleared up much. I mean, from the very beginning, I think we the people started to feel sorry for him from the very beginning, because he made it seem like he was being held against his will. That's what it was given. Like, oh my goodness, somebody go over there and save that nigga, because these motherfucking monsters is just, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't keep Naziah safe. It said, we know he ain't safe, you know what I mean? So it's like, that was what it was given. It wasn't like, oh, we definitely need to know more from Dre, because he ain't say nothing that we didn't already investigate and figure out ourselves, right? So I don't think that he needs to clear up anything. I think he thinks that he is the family and the immediate family because he stepped out and spoke. about the family and his experience, but he didn't say nothing that we really want to know. The questions that we really want to know, they won't fucking answer. She can't even tell us why she allowed her daughter to go around Jarvis after knowing that Jarvis was indeed a pedo. And being that your brother is a police officer, ma'am, and y'all have police officer connections and shit, I'm pretty sure y'all been knew that Jarvis was indeed a pedo a while ago. Like she said, she peeped Jarvis and who he was when her sister Shannon had her first baby, which was Naziah. She told her then, leave that nigga. According to other people, Jarvis' sister Tijuana told her the same shit. So I feel like people around her definitely knew, whether they knew he wasn't shit or they knew he was a pedo. They knew he just wasn't the good choice, right? They knew he wasn't gonna be shit for her. And according to Marquetta, Shannon was the damn side chick of the side chick. She was never even the main chick. That's probably, y'all remember on that phone call when he was talking with that fiance and he was like, what he say to her about Shannon? He was like you ain't Shannon. Shannon, basically like Shannon know what the fuck going on. She know her place. That's because Shannon really wasn't the main chick. How you be a sad chick of a sad chick of a sad chick and have 5 babies by this nigga? Anyway, you know, you say the cop did run his background. You believe the cop ran his background too? Like what? Like I said, I would say make this shit make sense, but none of it makes sense. And I feel like nobody's making this shit make sense. Nobody. So that's why we speculate. That's why we investigate. That's why motherfuckers ask questions. They ain't asking the right questions, as far as I'm concerned. They ain't asking the right questions because I have questions to their questions. And it's like you need to ask the nitty gritty questions, not just the surface level questions. Get down to that shit. Okay? That's just me, though. That's just me. You say I warned you, codependence. Yeah. Isis says he said he slept with both of them separately. She said they didn't have a threesome, so she technically didn't lie. That's why he said pay attention to the keywords. That's still flip-flopping. Okay, so the key word was what he said was he been with both of the twins. He ain't say together. He said separately at the hotel. So what, they had 2 beds or was it 2 rooms? Okay then, sir. That's irrelevant. We don't care. Honestly. I guess it just shows us how sick you are. And the extent that you will go to get a nut off. That's about it. We trying to figure out, where's the connections? Okay, was you working with Jarvis? Was y'all, he already said he ain't really know Jarvis like that. Okay, so we ain't really need to know that. Now, did we? Now, why did you tell that? He told that because he had a problem with Marquetta and he was trying to get back at her. Something like what Kenya did around the time that she posted that shit about Jarvis on Facebook, trying to get back at Marquetta and Shannon and them, right? That's what that's giving. It's giving you was mad and bitter about some shit, so I'm about to spill all the tea because I'm mad at you. Now you got to try to put that shit back in your cup and drink that shit, because now it sounds like you and Marquetta still together, sir. So what the fuck was the point? What was the point? It was literally no point. I'll play the rest though.
I'm tired of people trying to point the finger at me and just like put me in the situation when I would have to make up a lie to make them feel comfortable to put myself in that situation. Like, come on.
I mean, the only reason why people is putting you in a situation because you went live.
I get that.
And yapping.
But when I went live, I expressed myself because people don't know me. At that time, I was frustrated with you, Shan, everybody, like everything. Nobody's want to answer my questions when I'm asking them. I'm just trying to get some type of sense, and then I'm trying to get comfortable in my own house because your sister's been there 24/7 almost every day type stuff. So it's like let her be where she at, and then I get into it with both of y'all. And it's like, I'm not trying to get into it with both of y'all, but if you can understand where I'm coming from, we'll be straight. Like, I'm not even trying to stop you from seeing your sister, but it would be nice for her not to come over here every single day, at least until the stuff quiet down. At that moment, it was like, when we see you, we gonna get you. They're attacking your mama and all kind of stuff. So it's like, I live in Detroit. I know these people. They wild out here. I can think of a number of stuff that people would do, especially if they feel like they couldn't get their hands on you. If they seen you walk in and out this house, like, well, we know you live there. Let me call my homeboy, or I'm gonna shoot this bitch up means that she taking too long to come back out. I don't give a fuck who she with.
Good night, Batman.
You know, like,
And what's that? And even down to the podcast, them coming into the house, and like that shit was an ambush.
Yeah. I tried my hardest to explain to her what happened. I feel like she believes me because I have no reason to lie.
In the beginning, no, I did not.
Yeah, at the beginning, you didn't believe me.
I did not believe him. I felt like it was. This is why I feel like in the beginning it was most definitely a setup, because I walked in the house, me and my twin sister and the kid and my son. We walked in the house. You make a phone call.
This really big deal. Right into something.
Mama ass can't scared. Look, he definitely set her up. I can't say that. I said that from the beginning. Like, you know, he was on the phone with Mark D, and he had already did a whole interview prior to getting in contact with Mark D. So I definitely felt like
Sunday,
he set that ambush up, and he was dead ass wrong for that. If he was caught himself trying to protect the house and protect himself, he was definitely dead ass wrong.
And you be like, my auntie coming. Okay, I think it's your auntie. 10 minutes later, it's Mark D and the crew. Like, come on.
No, my auntie already been there.
I said no. When we got there, your auntie wasn't there. She had just left.
And I explained to you at that time, it was just my auntie coming. And while she was there, she having this conversation about Mark D.
Yes, listen to what I was saying. When we walked in, it was just you. And then when she walked in, 10 minutes later, Mark D and them walked in. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so that's what I said. It felt like it was a whole ambush, because he made that phone call like, yeah, you on your way? Y'all still coming? They just got back. So felt like it was a setup.
And that must have been the only thing you heard, because I was telling them, like, I don't think y'all should come because they hear it. And then they was taking so long, so I might have said, y'all on your way because they hear, you know, telling them basically, like, you know, at first it was y'all wasn't here, we were supposed to chill. Like I said, I went to church and then came back home, and then my auntie came over, left, went and got weed and shit, and then came back, and then that's when, matter of fact, y'all came back in the midst of her coming back from getting whatever she was getting. I'm literally in the middle of an argument with both of y'all, and then when my auntie came to the door, y'all went in the back, and our argument completely stopped. You know,
it would have been an okay night for if his
And I told my auntie at first everything was good.
If his no. If Mark D ain't follow you to the back first.
Yeah, but I didn't ask him to follow me to the back.
He followed you to the back, but then again, what really made it kind of worse was when your auntie, I felt like at this time his auntie set the whole play up.
Yeah.
It was she played him, just tried to just so she can capture a little 20 seconds of fame. Or
definitely sound like he reneging on his part in that whole play. He definitely set that play up and passed the ball. Okay, that was definitely an
whatever
alley-oop
the case may
affair.
be, because I seen the whole play played out in front of me. We coming out, she set her phone up and she get to talking shit, blase spleet, taking off her jacket and shit. We arguing and shit like that. One thing you're not about to do, you're not about to be disrespecting me and then think I'm not gonna get disrespectful back. Now I ain't gonna put my hands on you, but I will be disrespectful if I got to. I will, but I ain't trying to get like that. But like I said, the whole play was a setup. We felt ambush, the whole thing. And I told Dre when he said, when he talked to his auntie, I said, okay, but at the beginning I said, Dre, you can't tell me shit because you invited these people over here. You didn't know.
I invited my auntie, and then once she,
and then the whole thing about the gun situation, him walking up the stairs with the gun or whatever the case may be, I didn't know that until we see video and stuff like that. I said, see, this is the shit that you caused. You allowing another man to bring a gun into our home, and we don't even have a gun. You walking into a partner in a house that don't even have weapons.
And first of all, I explained this to you. Anybody should understand. If you getting flashed in the face,
He know damn well he seen Mark D walk up to that damn door, that big ass AR. He seen it. He didn't have to let Mark D come in like that. I'm just saying. Especially if it was children there. That's crazy.
by flashlight, you don't see nothing. I don't need to say more. You see him, he's videotaping everything. That video camera that he's holding in his hand had a light on. It was blinding the shit out of me. I couldn't see anything. All I know is this is Mark D, so I'm thinking we're good. This is a man that's being known. So that's like me looking at you, Shank, and be like, well, I invited him over. I'm not thinking you're going to come over here with a gun.
I see. Let me just ask this question. It's from the chat. Is Vari baby Naziah baby?
No.
Why do you think it's only one count of unalive instead of two?
That I don't know. Gotta ask the prosecutor. Gotta ask the lawyers and the judges. Because I believe it should be more than just one. If my niece, if they say that she was pregnant, yeah, I believe that it should be two.
What I see between y'all two, and I don't know really nothing, I do see a connection, and I'm hoping that y'all can find a level ground, because I would like to see y'all back together. What do y'all think? Is it anything in the future that will bring y'all back together?
If we can learn to communicate with each other, that's one big thing I run by, because I feel like that's where it's failing at. And I known her to be a liar, and it'd be little stuff, so it made me worry about big things. But I don't sit here and try to throw things in her face or anything like that. Do I? Like, I usually kind of bring stuff up, but it takes a few times for me to say something. Then when I say something, I could blow up, but I try to be calm about it sometimes. But she blows up, and when she blow up, it's nothing you can do.
Let me ask you, Marquetta. Do you try to bully her, Marquetta? And be honest.
No, I do not try to bully this man.
She don't try to bully me.
No, I do not.
It's just her personality. When she's ready to snap, she's gonna snap. That's most women.
Because you can't talk at me. Talk to me.
And don't lie, even when I talk to you or change it up and be just normal,
but you can go from
I still get the same thing.
He can go from being cool, calm, and collective, and then his tone changed
because your tone has changed.
Because I'm gonna match your energy. If you giving me fuck ass attitude or energy, if that tone raised just a little bit, because if you can do it, I'm gonna do it too.
I mean, you can say what you want, but I know exactly what it is, and like I said, if it doesn't change, then it's not going to be no getting back together. I'm not going to sit here and make you think I'm believing something that I see in my face. I know what it is.
I gotta slide in on his defense, Marquetta. Appreciate that super chat. That zone calls me the love doctor. But I and this for all y'all women out there. This is for all y'all women out there. And I'm gonna get on Dre's defense. As women,
go ahead.
Y'all have to understand the predicament that we as men are in. Now, don't know really nothing. I do see a connection, and I'm hoping that y'all can find a level ground.
Explain this to you. Anybody should understand. If you're getting flashed in the face by a flashlight, you don't see nothing. I don't need to say more.
I had to go back, y'all.
You see him, he's videotaping everything. That video camera that he's holding in his hand had a light on. It was blinding the shit out of me. I couldn't see anything. All I know is this is Mark D, so I'm thinking we're good. This is a man that's being known. So that's like me looking at you, Shank, and be like, well, I invited him over. I'm not thinking you're going to come over here with a gun.
I see. Let me just ask this question. It's from the chat. Is Vari baby Naziah baby?
No.
Why do you think it's only one count of unalive instead of two?
That I don't know. Gotta ask the prosecutor. Gotta ask the lawyers and the judges. Because I believe it should be more than just one. If my niece, if they say that she was pregnant, yeah, I believe that it should be two.
What I see between y'all two, and I don't know really nothing. I do see a connection, and I'm hoping that y'all can find a level ground, because I would like to see y'all back together. What do y'all think?
What?
Is it anything in the future that will bring y'all back together?
Why he talking to these people about being together? Stick to the damn program, sir. Stick to the program. We supposed to be figuring out some shit about Naziah. Fuck what they got going on. Nobody care if they gonna stay together or not.
If we can learn to communicate with each other, that's one big thing I run by, because I feel like that's where it's failing at. And I known her to be a liar, and it'd be little stuff, so it made me worry about big things. But I don't sit here and try to throw things in her face or anything like that. Do I?
No, he said he know her to be a liar.
Kind of bring stuff up, but it takes a few times for me to say something. Then when I say something, I could blow up, but I try to be calm about it sometimes. But she blows up, and when she blow up, it's nothing you can do.
Let me ask you, Marquetta. Do you try to bully her, Marquetta? And be honest.
No, I do not try to bully
She
this man.
She don't try to bully me.
No, I do not.
It's just her personality. When she's ready to snap, she's gonna snap. That's most women.
Because you can't talk at me. Talk to me.
And don't lie, even when I talk to you or change it up and be just normal,
But
I
you
still
can
get
go
I
from
still
being,
get the same thing.
he can go from being cool, calm, and collective, and then his tone changed
because your tone has changed.
Because I'm gonna match your energy.
If you don't match it.
See, Shane, he done stirred up some shit. That was what that was. He just stirred some shit up. We need to focus on these fucking questions. Ask her these questions that got to do with exactly what Naziah. She might decide she don't want to show up and pop up and show up on nobody else's platform. Okay, the focus then shifted. Say, who cares about them too? Exactly.
You giving me fuck ass attitude or energy if that tone raised just a little bit, because if you can do it, I'm gonna do it too.
I mean, you can say.
And he laughing about it. He got a smirk on his face about it. He think this shit funny.
But I know exactly what it is, and like I said, if it doesn't change, then it's not going to be no getting back together. I'm not going to sit here and make you think I'm believing something that I see in my face. I know what it is.
I gotta slide in on his defense, Marquetta. Appreciate that super chat. That zone calls me the love doctor. But I and this for all y'all women out there. This is for all y'all women out there. And I'm gonna get on Dre's defense. As women.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Y'all have to understand the predicament that we as men are in. Now, don't no woman like a soft man or a pushover man. We gonna lay back, right, Dre? We gonna lay back in chill mode and relax mode until we can't take it no more, and then we're gonna raise our voice. Right, Dre?
Right.
Now you come in what I just build on, Dre, and you finish it off to get Marquetta to understand, because you got her right now at least listening to you.
I mean, I had these talks with her before, but it might help when you got a couple people listening. But don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I had moments where I bite back and just match her level, but I have days where I would come to her and I know she could snap. So
I mean, this is not that, right? Like, are we listening to the same thing, y'all? Like, what? She said, okay, like, what? You got to make sure your own relationship in order for you go trying to advise somebody else and try to play matchmaker. I thought this was about Naziah.
Let me just
ain't that what y'all tell me? It is about Naziah or what?
Key, I ain't trying to argue it's too early or something, but can you do this? And then she'd be like, well, you telling me to quiet down. Who tells you to quiet down? And I'd be like, look, and then it's like, no, I'm trying to just look, it's too early to be arguing. I don't give a fuck. And it's like, you can't stop it unless you kind of start to turn it up with her. But that still don't help. So I've already learned not to even just turn up with her. I say what I'm gonna say. If it ain't working, I just leave it alone. I be trying to give the people downstairs the respect because I know I've snapped a couple times and we've snapped a couple times. So I'll just like, you know what? I want to show people that, we just don't fight all the time because we don't. But when we get into it, and it be over little stuff. I'm the type person, if I can't control it, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to let it stress me out. I'm going to leave it with God's hands. But if I can control it a little bit, I will put my opinion on it. I'm not going to say I'm always correct about things. And I'm not going to sit here and try to make you feel like I'm always correct about things. But if I feel like I'm giving you the best knowledge of this situation, and I feel like your knowledge is not really, top in mind, then just listen to me. I'm not trying to dog you or anything, but listen to me as a man. I'm just trying to be your protector and all that kind of stuff. You feel me? Like, that's it. But if, like, I know that story when I first met you and we was outside smoking.
The moment he got on this internet and started throwing her under the bus, her sister and all of them, as a protector, he already failed. What are we talking about? What are we discussing? Okay.
Smoking and it was like some wood on the ground, and there was a nail sticking up out of the wood. So we sitting there, and I seen it. So I said, "Be careful, don't step on that nail." She like, "Oh, okay," or "I see it," or whatever. Not too long, I'm about to pass her the blunt. Boom, she stepped on it. I didn't see her literally step on it, but I saw her jump.
Say he won't.
So I'm like, looked up, looked down. I said, "Oh, you must have stepped on the nail." She literally looked at me and said, "No, I ain't stepped on the nail." But the nail was not the same after I saw it. You know, it was sticking straight up. Now it was bent all the way over. You know, like it was bent over. So I'm like, well, I know I didn't step on it. We just only two out here. Why lie to me? I'm not about to do nothing to you. I'm just gonna be like, well, I just told you not to step on it. Like, that's crazy. You know, I should just move the stick. But
so they
I don't trip. I ain't sitting here like trying to throw it in her face or nothing like that. You know, I just was raised a certain type of way, and it just alarms me because my auntie always told me that's how it got me stop lying. You lie about little things, you lie about big things. If you're a liar, you're a killer, you're a stealer, and all that other stuff. So it was like, yeah, I need to change my auntie. I want to do better, you know. So that's all.
Let me bring Marquetta in. Do you feel him? You see where he coming from?
To a certain extent.
Everybody trying to make it seem like how did this go this way? How? You can't say them. They are destined for doom. Okay, nobody can say that.
Go ahead. What part you not feeling?
Dre needs to learn how to listen to as well, because majority of the time that I can say it's like it's either his way or there is no way at all. And Dre likes to control all or to nothing of everything.
No, I don't. I don't control your life.
Listen to what I didn't say my life. Listen to what I'm saying.
I don't control nothing.
Dre talk too much. He talk like a girl.
Sometimes in the way he thinks, like he wants some, but sometimes he wants somebody and to be in the same thinking as him. And we all don't think the same. If we all did, the whole world wouldn't be different. And whatever the case may be. So it's just like, and majority of the time, our biggest thing is communication, and to be like parenting, because his parenting is totally different and from mine. Totally. So it's just like he'd go off of what he's used to, and I'm going off of what I'm used to. Instead of it being in the middle, it's always, well, when I was a kid, this, that, there, and the other. It's always when I was. This ain't.
You had a punishment.
Listen, can I was quiet. Let me talk.
Let her talk, Dre.
Let her talk, Dre.
Instead of making being a meme in the middle to say, hey, okay, let's see what works for best of us, because you want is either my teaching, your teaching, or it's no teaching at all. So it's just like, let's find the meme in the middle. And I don't want it always to be, well, when I was a kid, you know, it was this, it was that. You know, it don't always have to be when I was the kid. You know, you don't have to always dwell on what your aunt did. You know, we're not raising your aunt children. You know, we're raising my children, our children. You know, let's come in the middle somewhere, and it's always what he's used to.
There is no middle.
That's
there. No,
you're not understanding to where from your parenting to my parenting. It's called coming in the middle to come in agreement to where we know.
Since we on the topic of rekindling and love, right? Playing Captain Save 'em. Dre do talk too much. His ass talk too damn much. He listened to respond. Ain't that what they say? You listen to respond. He don't have no substance when he talk. He just talk. He listen to respond. No communication. None of that. You say, but the bottom line is he letting us know she a liar, right? She is the dominant one. He's definitely giving beta.
Effect that the kids will be effectively parents.
Listen here. When we first moved, I've been coming to you. You know, like your kids don't listen to me, and you don't do nothing about it.
Because you make it to the point where my kids have to come like walk on eggshells.
First of all, I don't listen. I don't do or say anything to them for them to have to walk on eggshells. They've been doing that on their own.
I'm pretty sure Annette had all of them walking on eggshells and Marquetta and them. So yeah. You say it's supposed to. You say now compare this tone to when she talked about Naziah. Exactly, Fly Mama. Exactly. She did. She really liked talking about this shit right here. Like y'all say, this is a therapy session for them. They don't really get to have these type of calm conversations like that. I could tell. One gonna always over talk the other. Dre think he know it all. He want to be the man that lead, but he don't even know how to protect. He don't even know how to be emotionally aware enough, because all he care about is how he feel, because he's a beta male. He acts like a female. He's very feminine, you know.
And yeah, I was raised a certain type of way. Punishment for things you did wrong. What's wrong with that?
I didn't say that it was anything wrong with it, but I'm not gonna whoop or beat my.
I'm not saying whoop or beat them. Look, listen. I said there's writing assignments that I used to do. You used to have to take a piece of paper, right? I will not go outside without asking. I will not go outside on each line. You feel like that's a punishment.
And I never said it was anything wrong with that. Now, what I was saying is I'm not going to.
My thing is Z would get in trouble. Oh. And then turn right around and be like, can I go to my friend's house? And then you'd be like, yeah, but you didn't give him a punishment or anything.
This is exactly where I was just saying. I would start something and then you would cut it off. But then again, when you get to talk, it's the problem. So
and mind you, y'all, Dre is the same one that made that statement about Marquetta's son basically showing characteristics and traits like Jarvis. Mind you, that would have been the end of me and him right there. If that wasn't true, if my son wasn't, anything like that, and there's been nothing going on with him and other children, things like that. And even if it was, that would have been the end of me and him right there. You don't get online and say no shit like that about my son. She's sitting up here arguing with a nigga that said what he said about her son as if he didn't say it. As if he ain't been airing you out and spilling all your tea for months. Didn't I just upload a video about this Pick Misha shit? Because that's all I hear. That's all I hear. Low self-esteem, low self-worth, tolerating anything. Like, this is all I hear. You say that the children don't listen. Say your brain is melt like snow, child. You say she not getting, he only seen bad parents and your whole niece missing your children CPS. Yeah, it's like, y'all got other things to worry about. He broke that trust a long time ago. Like Mama said, if they so well trained to the point of teen getting right by 9. Shut up, Fly Mama. Talk about Shake was a beta in this interview. Now, I read the comments, so don't nobody go trying to cipher some shit out that I'm reading the comment. You see the comment on the screen. Fly Mama, great. She sounds just like Nick. Just like her mammy.
I didn't say it was a problem. I just kept saying what I was saying.
Let me read these super chats real quick, y'all. Lady J says, married will be 34 years. Men need to speak and give respect to women respectfully outside of the home as well. Everyone keep your hands to yourself. I have an Aries and I have to bring him back down to earth. I'm a Pisces Wait a minute. Now I'm a
No, I don't put my hands on her though.
Yeah, he don't.
What you talking about?
We're not.
Don't start.
Angela, what you laughing at, girl? What is you laughing at? Yeah, I really don't care though. They just spoke everybody to talk mad shit about me for days. I don't give a fuck. I was just talking shit. I honestly don't care.
Start that.
No.
I don't touch women. I don't do that.
Dre has never put his hands on me at all. We getting more in a verbal argument. That's it. That's where it goes. No fighting, no physical, none of that.
And I'm not forcing her to say this stuff. I'm just not that type of person.
No, at all. I'm a Gemini. He's an Aries. Yes, we both are strong and bullheaded across the board. So, of course, yes. But just like, I mean, don't get me wrong, and I truly understand men needs respect too as well, but the respect has to be given to as well, because if I feel like I'm not being respected at all, I'm not going to give you or show you any type of respect, because if I feel like if I'm being disrespected, I'm going to give you just as much as you giving off, period.
And I feel both of y'all. I feel where you coming from. I feel where he coming from. But this one thing that I had to learn, Dre, this might be some good advice for you. Are the children, are they your biological children?
No. They're my children.
And this is just my opinion, Dre. It really ain't for so much when it comes to the discipline and things of that nature, especially how we were raised. And those
I understand.
Right.
Go ahead, Dre.
I understand where you're coming from, but if I'm
I ain't blaming
the
you.
man of the house and I'm watching your kids and you're not here, and then they take it upon themselves to feel like I can go outside without asking you because they got their own attitude, or they feel like I might say no, but they take it upon themselves to just do it, and then I call you and be like, "Well, Z just walked out," like, and I would ask him like, "Z, where you going?" And he would ignore me and then go on about his business. And then there's times where we all could be sitting. He could be right here, right next to me like we are now. The kids can come in from school. I could be like, "Hey, Brooklyn." Brooklyn will ignore me. And I'd be like, "Hey, Brooklyn." And she would keep on going about her business. If I don't mention it to Key, she ain't going to say nothing.
I feel
so it's like, I just want the respect.
It's like you gotta control the interview. You know, you can't let it get too sidetracked. But he opened up this can of worms. He did. He opened it up. You know, it's content. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't really about Naziah at this point. It's about the content, I guess. It's like, yeah, say none of these interviewers asking the right questions. What the hell is wrong with these people? Yeah, and I don't know how long this is supposed to go on. I don't even know if there are going to be any more questions about Naziah. I don't know.
I feel them on that, Marquetta.
I know they don't like me because I act a certain way. I'll be like, put him on punishment because he deserves punishment for that. And they don't like that because they're not used to that. I get that.
Yes, I get him. Yes, I have talked to my kids about that numerous of times, but I'm not gonna beat my kids just to make them.
I'm not saying beat them.
I didn't say listen. This is how I'm coming. This is how I'm feeling. I'm not gonna beat my kids or whip my kids or tell my kids if y'all don't speak to Dre, this, that, then, and the other. You know, if they don't feel welcoming or whatever the case may be, I can't force them until they warm up. Hey, Dre, some shit come out the room maybe later on in the day. Hey, Dre, what's up, Dre? Even though she'd have been in the house for hours.
I feel. How old are they?
My son is a teenager. Yes, he just became a teenager, and my daughter is 10.
Lady J says she was speaking to the world about hands, not you guys.
Oh, okay. No, I went to the lady that made a comment about everybody keep the hands to yourself. She was saying she was speaking to the world, not us.
Oh, okay.
Are y'all
Sorry,
still are y'all still in love with each other? Are you still in love with him, Marquetta?
I mean,
Oh, hell no.
of course. I mean,
Are
I
you in
always
love with him? Not I have love for him.
I just answered your question. Yes, of course. But at the
Dre.
end of the day, you know,
Let me ask
it,
Dre.
I mean,
Let me ask Dre, Marquetta. Dre,
okay.
are you still in love with Marquetta?
I mean, I love this girl,
Mm.
but she
No,
I
you
don't even know
don't.
what to say because I know she's gonna get mad at whatever I say. It's
Red
just a
flag.
lot of stuff has to change. I know I can sit here and be like, I know I need to work on myself on little things here and there, maybe a little bit of communicating skills here and there.
It's more than just communicating skills.
Okay, you just said you don't do this, but I see I don't throw stuff in your face, but I'm about to.
Go ahead.
Because literally whatever I do, she does it too. But I'm not the type of person that I'm going to point the finger. I'm just going to accept what I do wrong because I'm working on me.
I know you lying.
Really?
But go ahead.
They don't even
Appreciate that
understand.
membership, dudes. You say you know he lying, Marquetta.
I'm gonna let him finish.
I didn't.
They don't even realize what they just been set up to do. They don't even realize they so damn toxic. They don't even know how to shut up and say, you know what? It's been real. Thanks for the interview. I holla. They so fucking toxic that they don't even know how to shut up and realize that they ain't laughing with them. Nobody's laughing with them. Not at this point, no. This is embarrassing. She was better off shutting up. They've been shutting up this long. She probably should have just kept it that way. Yeah, Fly Mama, you did. It's this a hot mess ass interview. 0 out of 10. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. Oh no. It was okay. It just took that turn for the worse. Like, Hey, nobody else in Detroit want him.
Forgot what the heck I was gonna say with that one. But anyway, where was we at? Oh yeah, I still love her and all, but I just feel like as a team we need to work on things, and if I don't see progress because I'm showing you progress, and if I don't get the progress in return, then nothing's really gonna change. Like I'm low key working on myself. I don't see what she had a problem with. Yeah, I might cut you off when we speaking. That's just normal stuff because a person want to get their point across.
We both.
I can work on that and make sure you get your point across so I can get my point across. Because it's been plenty of times I come and I let you get your point across, and then when it's time for me to get my point across, you say fuck me basically. I ain't gonna say you gonna say fuck me in them words, but you just cut me off. You get loud. And I'm sitting here like a little girl, like, please let me talk.
Because you're a beta.
Instead of getting violent,
I'll give you that.
It's been plenty of times I just come to you and be like, I don't know how to have a conversation with you because I have moments where I come to you as a man. I have moments where I come to you just like a kid, like, please let's not get into this. And we still get into that argument. And I'll be like, I'm just about to leave. I'll be back when things cool down, and then I have moments where I would trip, blow up.
This is why it's important to be single for a while. Go heal yourself, go to therapy. Trying to heal while you're in a toxic situation, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. That's the problem right here. I wish he'll take control back right now and kind of ask some more questions around Naziah's case.
Again, when we first moved there, I would be mad, like, but I stopped doing that. Like, I ain't fucking shit up, but I just know my anger can show. I'm an Aries. My anger can show, and it probably could kind of put a little fear So I don't like to put fear in you. So I just like, you know what? Let me get my head together. I'm gonna walk to the gas station, get me a cigarette, cool down. We'll talk about it later, or we might not ever even talk about it because sometimes that happens. Like our conversation skills is whack. But if these type of things can change, then yeah, I'm here for it. I'm all about building and making our lives better anyway. But we got to start with us first.
Let me ask the chat. Drop a one if y'all think that Marquetta and Dre's relationship can be.
See what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know if I want to finish this because I don't find it's beneficial, at this point. I don't find it it was already horrible to begin with. But
can be healed and is worth.
This just kind of took a turn. And I'm not even sure I want to continue this because I could be asleep. Fly Mama says, yeah. Shauna says, make you real. You say, yeah, she ran the whole interview. You say, y'all was at LinkedIn hands talking about here is the church. Here's the steeple head ass nigga. Yeah, I think I'm done with that interview, y'all. I don't even know if I want to call that an interview. I would call that I don't know what to call that. I don't even have a name right now. So he obviously grew up in an abusive home and had a helicopter parents. Yeah, because you ain't attracted to her for nothing. Something about the way he was raised and the way she was raised is familiar to both of them. They're both toxic. Seek help immediately. I would not be paying. Do you know how much you're supposed to pay a therapist to get therapy sessions? Ain't no way in hell I'm playing motherfucking hood matchmaker over a damn missing child's case, asking these motherfuckers, do y'all love each other? Do y'all think they should stay together? You want me to help y'all with y'all communications? Fuck all that. Fuck all that. Seek help. Okay? Go pay the proper personnel. This is not that. Where the fuck is Naziah? Let's stick to the point here. Stick to the point. Nobody gives a fuck. That's personal. I mean, it's like, okay, that part is definitely irrelevant, and that's their personal relationship, unless it has something to directly do with Naziah. At this point, he wasn't around that much. He don't know much. They don't know shit. So their personal relationship to me is irrelevant. Whether they be together, according to Marquetta, they friends. According to him, they in a relationship. They don't know what the fuck they is. Let they ass figure that out on their own. Nobody, definitely not in a position to be trying to help somebody else's relationship any fucking way. Let them go get their own goddamn help. Sound with you, SD. That relationship should have been over once he said that about her son. Exactly. The moment that he came on anybody's platform, no shade to the mother, no shade to the first content creator who, when he first made his appearance, Dre, over on somebody else's YouTube way before them, but obviously as a content creator, yeah, okay, I'll take the interview. But back at home, Marquetta should have been left his ass. Like she said, he went against the grain. What is we talking about? Trauma bond. That's what this is. Trauma bond. Seek help. Like I said, you say you lost brain cells, and many I would have rather listened to Dre. Look, I'ma definitely have to go wind myself down after this because no, I felt like I'm a edit this out certain parts and I'm gonna probably re-upload it, but I was saying that though, Fly Mama, from the beginning. Remember, I was trying to figure out, like, do I even want to listen to it? Because, you know, the title will seem like it's something that I want to listen to. Then I get to listening to it. I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this. Remember, I was trying to figure that out. Like, is it worth me listening to? Not really. Not really. I feel like that interview was taken not seriously, almost like a joke. If I'm just being honest. You know, motherfuckers don't like when I be honest, though. It send bitches in a fucking uproar. It send motherfuckers in a frenzy. But that don't matter. It don't even matter. I said what I say. I feel how I feel. You know, you say this is what we do it for. That's why we get up here and we talk and we discuss topics so we can say exactly how we feel and not have to worry about tiptoeing around somebody's fucking feelings. It's simple. You don't like what people say, don't watch them. I don't see what the problem is. You say it's Shank Rock fault. Yeah, he definitely should have took control of that interview. You say she should be focused on getting her children back, right? That's definitely priority number one. Get rid of the nigga number two. Simple. Your kids don't like them. You see, that's all I hear. My kids don't like them. We don't know how to communicate. We toxic as fuck. We got codependent issues. And this is a trauma bond. That's all I hear. Okay, wrap this shit up. Immediately. I don't know, Angela. Look, I don't mind nobody that I don't mind. You get me? Nobody's taking up space in my mind. Nobody. But me. But me and the people that I be seeing on my screen and, you know, communicating with me, other than that, I don't care. Mm-mm. You say not getting the queue? What, not getting the queue? What you mean, Shauna? No. We don't pay peasantry, no mind. But y'all, it's been 5 hours. It's been quite some time we've been here on this live. I'm gonna try to go get me some sleep. It's 4:18 a.m. where I am. It's definitely late. What'd you say? You say answer the question. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. Angela says we know that. That's why we ride with you. Look, and I ride with y'all at dawn. I ride for you, for sure. For sure. You know what? I appreciate a person that makes their own decisions. I appreciate that. I don't appreciate people that be easily persuaded by somebody else's opinion of another person. Those are followers. Those are sheep. Those are people that wouldn't stand a chance around a person like me. Matter of fact, I don't want nobody just following me blindly. I want you to be able to think. Or, just being in my space. We need thinkers around here anyway. You say I got my cute bunnies to entertain me. Well, I warned you. I told y'all. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna have to see if I even really want to repost that, to be honest. But yeah, shout out to everybody that does catch this replay. I gotta figure out if I want to edit some things and then just re-upload it or not. I'm gonna see, because it's kind of long. I do like to break my lives up. We got some people that do like to just ride the 5 hours down. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the ones that watch my replays from the beginning to the end. Shout out to y'all. Don't forget to hit that like button. Okay. If you haven't already, I appreciate you. You say some brains are or act broke. Yep. Yep. And I'll catch y'all later. I will catch y'all later. Been a blast. Yep. All right, y'all. I'm going to get me some beauty sleep. Much needed beauty sleep. And I will probably see you guys. I'm going to try to come back later today. Later tonight. Because today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers as well. Happy Mother's Day. Have a blast today. And if you don't do nothing else, cater to yourself. Okay? Cater to yourself. Kick your feet up and relax. So it's hilarious. Yeah, so I'm going to try. It depends on how much beauty sleep I get. If I get enough beauty sleep and I feel like I got enough rejuvenation going on and I'm not too tired, then I'll come back later on tonight. And we'll find something to talk about, I'm sure. Robin says, I like to interact with you in the chat. Same to you. I appreciate y'all too. I love to interact with you. I like to know what y'all thinking and talk. You say you be on the phone and the TV. All right. All right, y'all. Smooches and peace. Have a blissful day, and I will see you later. Ashe.
I'm at the top of my game. I'm who they hate. This shit comes with fame. That's how I knew that I made it. I woke up looking at